Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. The next chapter is Babun fi tahrimi raf'il ma'mumi ra'sahu min al-ruku'i aw al-sujudi qabla al-imam. The chapter on the prohibition of the person who's praying behind an imam to raise his head from ruku', from bowing or from prostration before the imam. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال. So the Messenger of Allah said, أما يخشى أحدكم إذا رفع رأسه قبل الإمام. He said, don't one of you, or aren't one of you afraid that if you raise your head before the imam raises his head, and يجعل الله رأسه رأس حمار, that Allah will change your head into the head of a donkey. أو يجعل الله صورته صورة حمار, or he'll change it into the shape or into the picture or like essence of a donkey. Muttafaqun alayh. This hadith is in Bukhari and Muslim. So what is this hadith saying? Okay, first of all, what does a donkey represent? Right? When you use animal, like sometimes even today, if you say somebody, let's say they're in sales and marketing, and you say, you know what, man, that person's a shark. Right? It means symbolically, metaphorically, that this person is very aggressive, like a shark. When you call somebody a lion, on a battlefield or something, you say that person is very brave, like a lion, very ferocious. So when we're talking about a donkey here, this is not literal language. This is figurative language. It's called majaz, and it's very important that we understand that not every single hadith or not every single word in the Quran is supposed to be taken exactly in its outward literal form, but there's symbolic language. So here the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is trying to say that when you're praying, most of you know this rule. You're not supposed to, go before the imam. And there's a hadith the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Innama ju'ila al-imamu liyu'tamma bihi." That the imam, it's authentic hadith as well. The imam has only been made to be followed. Been prescribed to be followed. He's talking about the imam in prayer, right? So when you're praying, it's very important that you don't beat the imam. And the Messenger of Allah is explaining this principle because he probably saw some people that when he's raising up from ruku', says Sami Allahu liman hamida, before he could even get up, some people got up before. And Imam Nawawi puts in his commentary, whether it's ruku', whether it's sujood, whether it's any position, you're not supposed to beat the imam. And the wording in which the Messenger of Allah explained this said, your head might turn into the head of a donkey. Is it going to transform into an actual donkey? No, it means that, what does a donkey represent? Like the shark represents, cunningness. The lion represents ferocity. What does the donkey represent? Usually, just in culture at the time. Stupidity, foolishness. So basically saying, you're so foolish, what are you doing? The imam is there to be followed. And what do? Instead of following the imam, you try to become the imam by beating the imam and going faster than them. So he's saying that's what's going to happen to you if you're not paying attention properly and doing what you're supposed to be doing. And of course, we see this. If it's something accidental, if it's once in a while, you're not paying attention, somehow something happens, this is a different situation. But there are some people that they anticipate the imam so often. Sometimes I'm standing next to one person, before the imam can even make the next move, they're already down in sajda. Imam hasn't even said like Allahu Akbar yet. Sometimes people, they end, there's one verse in the Quran, it ends with وَلَضَّالِّينَ. They anticipate, they say Ameen, but it's not Surah Al-Fatiha. People get on autopilot mode and they start moving and they're thinking the imam must be moving from one place to another place. It's very important that we slow down. It's very important that we understand the etiquette, that there's somebody who's leading. We're not supposed to be beating the imam. But also, we're not supposed to be lagging behind the imam either. There's a common mistake that some people make and common question. So, what if your imam is too fast? Especially like Zuhr prayer or something. Recites so fast, he's completely done. I haven't even finished my Fatiha. And he's already, Allahu Akbar, goes into bowing. So what do I do? And if you stay there, right? If you're like, I'm going to finish my Fatiha, at least finish maybe one more, one ayah or something like that. If he says, Sami Allahu liman hamida, he's more than one move ahead of you. One move ahead of you, it shouldn't happen, but it happens sometimes. more than one move ahead of you, according to many scholars, this invalidates your salah. So you still follow the imam. So what you do is, if the imam is moving a little fast, you stop what you're doing, you follow the imam. And then what you do next time, don't make that person imam if they're going so fast, right? Pick a different imam to lead the prayer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us wisdom. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us discipline. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us khushu in our salawat. Ameen wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum.